This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing.
Ba-dunk! What's up, everybody? I'm Big Lovin, and this is Don DellaSnooch. Welcome to the Escape Pod, episode 72. Masters of the Universe, part 1 reviews.
Not this week, bitch.
Clankety clank, bitch.
You're
Oh,
fucking up,
you
bud.
motherfucker. You clanked early last week, and you're going to try to pull some shit like that?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm just saying. You're an asshole.
Yeah, you've been telling me that all fucking day.
Because it's true.
So,
Dick.
how you been?
Not bad. How about you?
Pretty good. Pretty bored.
Yeah, bored is the right word.
How can I be this busy and bored?
Because it's a feeling.
Work is so boring right now.
Yes, work is absolutely
Mind numbing.
blah.
Right?
It's bad.
You know what? It really sucks when you're used to working overtime. So you're used to making X amount of dollars per hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you spread it out. And then they take away all the overtime, so you're making less money. And then you're like, I gotta get up for this.
Yeah, yeah,
And it
sucks.
It's such a whiny bitch problem to have. But
Yeah.
like I've still got a job. I'm still,
yeah. You right.
fine.
We're employed.
But I'm
Everything but still,
I'm
it's
so bored.
it is a tough go. It is a tough go.
All right, enough being a whiny bitch.
Yeah, but that's what we are.
What'd you do this week?
What did I do this week? I didn't do much because I got to go home a couple times.
You bitch.
Yeah, because there was that little stuff to do at work.
Yeah.
So I went home, hung out, picked up around the house. Didn't do too much. Hung out with the kids and caught up on watching Masters of the Universe.
Mm.
What else? I watched a couple other things. Oh, I started watching Terminator 2 again because
Oh, yeah?
of the Sidebar Cantina guys.
Uh-huh.
Started watching that again. And then because of Dave, I couldn't get the 10-year-old John Connor thing out of my head. And I like 100% saw it.
Yeah.
In the cop car this time. And I was like,
Yep.
I can't not see it now.
It seems like such a weird thing to fuck up.
But I know, but it's huge.
Yeah. Like
It's
a
huge.
10-year-old can drive a dirt bike through LA.
Right. And not get the cops.
Fuck outta
Yeah,
here.
it's ridiculous.
I went to a ball game yesterday.
Yeah, you did. Did you have a good time?
I did.
Good.
You got
Glad.
invited. You should.
No, I never got invited. Don't put this evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Me and Richie and Josh all agree.
No, no. It never happened.
Okay.
Never got invited. Never got invited. I hope it was a fantastic time.
What else happened?
Talk about it.
Let
the people know.
Monday I worked on the show. Over the weekend, I was supposed to have a bunch of free time, and it all got absorbed into doing everybody else's shit.
Speaking of free time, dude, I've been playing some NBA 2K21.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I've been playing some My Team. Picked up Giannis Antetokounmpo
Mhm.
card. He's ranked in 96. That's pretty high ranking out of 100. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's fantastic.
Okay.
And then who else did I get? Andre Iguodala. He ranked at a 98. He was on fire. Dream Team Edition.
Mhm.
Or not Dream Team, USA Olympic Edition. It was pretty sweet. I got some good cards. Allen Iverson, which was dope.
Do they just come in the mail? or-
No. You get them. They're virtual packs, and you use those to play against other people to win more cards to get more players. It's a whole thing.
It's do you chew the bubble gum at least?
That comes in the mail. I haven't received that yet. It's fantastical.
Yeah, that's about all I can say that I've been up to. I know
It
I've
hasn't been
forgotten
eventful, but it's about to be eventful
something.
because not this weekend. Next weekend,
Yes.
we're going to a con.
Yep. First con back.
It's going to be fantastic. We're
In
going
the
to
pandemic.
actually gear up. We're going to gear
Yep.
up.
I think we're probably going to have to wear masks. I'm pretty sure that the con requires masks, but I'm good with that.
That's fine. I got my balaclava.
Yep. Yep. We have 2 cons back to back.
Yeah.
We have one in Ann Arbor that Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy were supposed to be at.
But life happened.
You know, they
Life
had to be
happens.
grown-ups. And then we have one in Grand Rapids. So that's going to be fun.
And my daughter's going to one of them with us.
Grand Rapids.
The Grand Rapids one with us.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's going to dress up as Spider-Man.
Yep. And this is officially the last month without football.
This is the last weekend.
Well, yeah.
This is the last weekend without football.
Are the pros doing preseason?
Preseason starts.
Oh shit! I thought they didn't start that until fucking September.
No. I think. Oh no. No. Yeah. I don't know. Don't ask me. I know our draft is September 5th, I believe, for fantasy football.
Yes, September 5th.
That's the most important date.
Yep. So we're right on top of football happening, which is contrary to what the song says. Football season is the most wonderful time of the year.
It's true. It's true. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Whoa!
Yeah, somebody's gonna get tackled
It's
in his pitch
fantastical.
today.
Fantastical.
That about sums up what I've been up to. I'm pretty sure.
Ain't been much. That's for sure.
Yeah, just busy doing everything and getting nothing done.
It happens, dude.
I went grocery shopping with my mom on Sunday, thinking, we're gonna go to the store, fucking wrap this up. It was 5 hours.
Oh my God! That's
like,
ridiculous. Sorry for your eardrums, folks.
There goes my day.
Wow.
Wow. So we're gonna get into the show proper here.
The show proper.
You ready for the proper show?
Are you ready for the proper show? I'm ready.
I'm ready for this proper show. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps like iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Audible, and Google Play. Check out the Red 5 Network for all kinds of excellent podcasts like WSTR Galactic Public Access, who interviewed Mark Thompson this last week, which is awesome.
Yes. He is the voice of Star Wars audiobooks.
Right. Which is it's just an amazing thing. That's a huge interview.
Yeah.
And Star Wars Journey with Ashley and Brandy, recapping season 1 of Rebels.
Nice.
Which
I need to catch up on that. I have been bad on the pods, dude. I haven't been listening to the pods lately.
Somebody's not working or listening to podcasts.
It's like that.
Shots fired.
And that's the way it is. If you're listening to this as an audio podcast, please consider joining us live on Wednesday nights on YouTube at youtube.com/c/ATSW, the Escape Pod, all one word.
And please join us at patreon.com, search ATSW, the Escape Pod in the search creator bar, and support to support our show and get in on the exclusive Escape Crate, which I remember we drew last week.
And our friend
Dave Martin Jr.
Yes.
Won that. His first time.
Yeah. I got an idea for your cup, dude. It's gonna be rocking and rolling. Please visit our store on tpublic.com, search ATSW the Escape Pod, and make sure that you scroll down and look at all the random goodies like coffee mugs, stickers, and tote bags, in addition to sweet t-shirts and hoodies.
Follow us at ATSW_ the Escape Pod on Instagram and at the Escape Pod on Twitter, and join ATSW the Escape Pod Facebook group
on Facebook.
On the Facebooks.
Frig yeah. I don't know why I censored myself. That was unnecessary.
Frig.
Fuck yeah.
Frig
yeah.
Currently in the chat, we got War Bear. Welcome, War Bears. First time we've seen each other. Dragon Buddy. Brady was in the chat.
I was in the chat.
Use and Abuse is out there listening. Lunar Girl. DJ Red 4. Just Jen. Which means Jess is nearby.
Soon, my friends.
Old
soon.
Man Johnson chilling in the chat.
What's up, Old Man Johnson?
Hector Riviera's there.
What's up, Hector?
That's pretty much rounding off who's there so far. It says there's 11 people watching, so there's more people that are watching than are talking.
They're just being silent little listeners. That's okay. We love you listening.
Bunch of
you little
cucks out
creepers watching from the shadows with your hands on your girly bits and your boy bits. That's gross.
You want some popsicles?
You want some popsicles? Hey, got some candy in my pocket if you'd like to grab it.
Just to the left of the lint, please. You want to do the proper shout outs?
Oh, the proper shout outs. Yes. First and foremost, always got to give a shout out to the Sidebar Cantina. That is the mothership. That is Dave and Jason. That is the New Jerseyadelphians. That is the homies. They are doing their things. They just did the time before that was Terminator. What was this last episode? Oh, yeah. It was what we're doing. Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Like
not as good as the way we're going to do it.
Yeah. But everybody and their mother is doing Masters of the Universe podcast now, so we're all going to jump in.
I'm pretty sure they should have called that show Angry at the Universe.
Angry at the Universe.
They need a hug.
Everybody needs a hug.
Maybe we should drive to Philly and hug them.
I want to give them a no pants hug.
Attaboy. I knew I could rely on you.
Preferably, I won't be wearing the pants.
Yeah, I mean...
Because everybody's got to be comfortable.
Yes, yeah. That's why I'm wearing khakis.
Well, first we get the khakis, then we get the chicks, then
we're supposed to get the money first.
Fuck. I always screw that up.
I'm telling you.
Damn it.
This is why we don't have the chicks, because we forgot the money.
It happens. Next, we have Used and Abused with Kim and the Scott, always talking their Tuesday 5 a.m. adventures about NASCAR and open wheel driving and cars just going super fast and all kinds of shit like that.
You're fucking on one today.
Yeah. And then in the evening, they talk about movies that they love or music that they love. They just get into all kinds of radical shit, man. That's what Kim and Scott do.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we got Big Swede for Big Swede's Excellent Adventure and Tactical Swede, and Swede Reacts on YouTube, and something Swede. Mm-hmm. And hey, Swede, where the fuck are you? Nobody knows. And then there's the pre-Swede version of that, where Swede, where are you? It's because it's short.
That's good to know.
That's all I've got.
Going back to Scott and Kim, they've got
talk about it, friend.
Next week they're doing the Metallica Black album. I'm super stoked about that.
Oh, I love me some Black album.
It's one of my faves.
Nice.
Patreon shout outs as usual. Scott and Kim Rasmussen, Todd Lovin, Jen and Jess Bolt, Big Swede, Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy, DJ Red 4, Richie the King Armbruster, Kristen Roscom, Ron Oldman Johnson.
Josh Hein?
He doesn't listen anyway.
Yeah, he tunes in. He's like, say my name, bitch. I'm out.
He's probably sitting next to Marcy Darcy listening right now.
Yeah, possibly.
Backyard TARDIS, Eric Dub Williams, Philly Dave Martin, and this always Nostalgia Inc. for sponsoring the Escape Crate.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, what he said.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
I did hit. Oh, you know what time it is?
The button time.
The button time. We're going to bring in Dragon Buddy and Lunar Girl.
They're going to get in on that stuff with us?
They're going to talk about all the things with us today. Hello, friends.
Hi, friends.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Oh.
They're muted.
Am I muted?
No. Just
okay.
Dragon Buddy.
I am. I'm back.
Hey.
I'm doing good.
He fixed himself.
We have salvaged the sound.
You guys have me dying tonight, I swear.
It's some tomfoolery as usual.
That's what's got to happen.
Pantsless hugs.
You've never given a pantsless hug? It's so liberating.
No.
They're the best
Especially
of
when you
hugs.
don't know the people.
Yeah, when you don't know the people, it's even better of a hug.
You just go downtown and drop trow and just start hugging people.
And whisper.
But like,
Don't
but
make
not
it awkward.
awkward. Like you give them a strong, around the waist hug.
Yeah, like you mean it.
Yeah,
You mean it.
yeah. Love them strong.
Yep.
Oh, man. I can't
You know what?
breathe.
Even better. Go on TeePublic, get a Lovin' Strong shirt, and then
Just
no
the
pants
shirt.
hug people.
Just
Where's
yes.
With just the
Fantastic.
shirt.
I think this is great.
Lovin'
And
Strong.
if you get arrested for this, do not call us.
Yeah, we will not bail you out. You did this on your own accord.
But please send pictures
Yes.
because we want to put them up on
Officer,
the.
tell
on
them
the
it's
Facebook.
Dragon Buddy and Lunar Girl. They'll pick up.
They'll know. They'll know.
Fuck. Lunar Girl would be out in the yard trying to pantsless hug a ferret or something.
What are you doing?
That feels right.
There's always some weird wilderness happening at your house. Oh, look, she's trying to pantsless hug that brown bear again. Well, it is Tuesday.
She's got her
glasses
pants around her
broke. I
ankles.
thought it
She
was
keeps
the
tripping.
cat.
Give me hugs.
Don't run away from your feelings. You guys ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
This jingle should sound familiar.
It's movie time. Movie time.
Me too.
It's movie time. Movie time.
Yay.
We can't hear it because listening to you guys makes it so we can't listen through the soundboard
here, huh?
unless we put our headphones on, which then means that we can't hear you guys talk.
I can hear you fine.
Oh no.
Going on.
The technology required to do all these things simultaneously, not in our studio.
Doesn't exist.
Well, you can have like the soundboard in one ear and me in the other ear, and then you'll be good.
That's what I just did. Yeah.
Whisper into my ear, please.
Oh, whisper into my earpiece.
Whisper into my earpiece.
Can you hear me? So as far as movie news goes, Hawkeye gets a premiere date. Wednesday, November 24th on Disney Plus.
And that's a series, right?
That is a series.
Oh, thank God. Because I just found out this evening that the Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings is a movie. I thought that was a television series. Yeah, so I was that was heartbreaking. Because I was looking for more space to fill me on Disney Plus, and that's not happening. And I'm bummed out about it.
We got it.
What's you guys' take on that?
Interested. I don't know if I go running for it.
Fair enough.
I
think fair.
usually don't do any movies unless Chris tells me that I have to sit down and watch a movie. Except I'm looking forward to Dune, but that's not in the news today.
Well, this is part of the MC universe, so you can add this to your list after the fact.
Yes, because I am starting the MCU universe in order as the timeline goes, because Brady said that is the best way to watch them.
I think so. It's my humble opinion.
Yes.
And I agree.
I just want to point out DJ Red 4 is now full-fledged in the pantless hug business. Like he's like, no, this is a thing that I need. And I mean, we're here for you, buddy.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man. Aquaman 2 producer says team won't bow to fan pressure to have Amber Heard removed from movie. Doesn't move me one way or another. I mean,
no.
I enjoyed Aquaman. If she's still part of the story, I let her be part of the story, and that's where it ends for me. I don't care about the outside right for this movie.
Well, we just talked about this on the Scarif Scuttlebutt Quick Cuts about people being assholes and how it affects the way you view their art.
Right.
The level of asshole that I think Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are doesn't affect how I view the art. They're just assholes. They've been rich for how long, and they don't play well with others. So the fuck what?
Right.
So you're bad at relationships. So is Eminem, but I like his music. You know what I mean? Like, right. They did totally fuck over Johnny Depp, over this whole Amber Heard thing. Like, he got dicked around a ton, and then she just gets to walk away scot-free. I don't think that's fair. but we're all grown-ups here. Nothing's fair.
Right. Life ain't
Yeah.
fair. That's what I've learned.
What two people go through a divorce and one of them doesn't walk away holding their butthole shut?
Yeah.
You
Like
mean
it-
it wasn't
No.
amicable?
No. Johnny Depp was worth 112 times what Amber Heard thinks she owns.
Right.
There's no way she didn't walk away with like Johnny Depp's entire left butt cheek. She's just like, no, this is mine now.
I have both testicles and despair.
Yeah, and I get to go make movies, and you got to sit on the couch.
I think I might go watch Fantastic Beasts.
Right. Oh, nobody watched Fantastic Beasts.
I did.
That's the one movie you watched, huh? At a girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
They knew their audience. Like Lunar Girl would come.
And that's worth it.
Then we saw it in the movies too.
Oh yeah? Did you regret it?
No, I kind of liked it. I like now I can't even remember the name of them, but they were like
Grimwald or
really
something?
cute beasts. I didn't see the second one because I just
So that's
never
how
got
good the
around
first
to
one
it.
was.
I just never got around to it.
No, you just watched Harry Potter's 1 through 112
Yeah.
75 more
Religiously.
times.
Yeah, kind
It's a
of.
holiday. It's on. It's a Tuesday. It's on.
I am a notorious not liker of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Me neither.
Right.
I'm one of those people.
But I acknowledge that they're good movies and that people love them, and I do understand why. They're just not my flavor.
Agreed.
But the
Fair
Hobbit movies that came after is 9 hours of steaming bullshit. And that alone is the reason why when they were like, hey, we're doing Fantastic Beasts, I'm like, I'm out. I'm fucking out. I already did it once. You're not getting me again. I paid all this money and fuck you. I'm not doing it again. What is that?
Fair enough.
Oh, oppression.
My
Or
my Gollum.
eagle. Throw him in a bucket.
Eagle.
Jen says she's taking away my D&D card.
Ooh.
Thank you, new
Because we don't-
best
then
friend.
I guess you lost your 2 players that play.
Yeah,
I don't care for the damn movies either.
yeah.
And he was a hell of a lot nicer about it than I was.
Yeah, you can take away my rights to play D&D, but it doesn't make the Lord of the Rings movies any better.
Jeez.
But, to be fair, like I've said before, I didn't like the books, and I've read them all.
Nifflers. Yes. DJ knew what I was getting at. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I totally understand why people like it. I just think that it's kind of weak sauce.
I would go and watch it, but I don't want to.
Exactly.
Andrew and Marisha on the Coruscant Radio Underground show
Okay.
did a whole series on MacGuffins. And
I
Lord
saw
of the
that
Rings,
today.
Lord of the Rings, of course, the ring being the biggest MacGuffin of them all, so to speak. The entire series, you don't buy into the power of the ring or the necessity to get rid of it. Or like you literally could have let Golem just go fuck off with it and he would have died in a cave and everything would have been fine. Credits.
And scene.
Right. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, this is a story about nothing for a long time. But I like is it the Return of the King where they have the giant battle?
Yes.
I'm all for the action scene. That's great. But it doesn't necessitate 7.5 hours of storytelling to get there.
Of
I
walking.
really liked it.
It just doesn't do it for me.
And they don't change their shoes one fucking time.
Hobbits don't
Socks.
wear shoes.
Those weird feet, dude.
Yeah, well, their shoes are gross.
They got weird feet.
Hobbits don't wear shoes.
I can just see them sitting there filing their feet.
Yeah. With, I think just all of
Hobbits has weird feet.
Hobbits is too.
The Browns, the Towers.
Well, we've talked for 25 minutes about shit that this show isn't about. So
At least we cleared
Let's
that up.
continue.
It's movie time.
the Exorcist reboot trilogy first film will be released October 2023. I'm not an Exorcist guy. I've seen it a couple times. I know that people are like, this is a classic. I'm like, yeah. My mom tells a really good story about tripping acid and going and watching it.
Nice.
Oh no.
Fantastical.
It was a terrible decision.
Right. So the whole time I was growing up, it was all horror movies are bad.
Hell yeah, they are when you're tripping acid.
Yeah, no shit. And I'm like, oh, I mean, they're not for, they're okay.
You see that devil over there? There's no devil. Yeah, there is.
No, that's Dad.
The Exorcist was the only movie that ever scared me. But then again, I was 10 years old the first time I saw it. So
I was legitimately scared of The Ring. I thought that was a fucking spooky bastard movie.
that one didn't do it for me.
Because you'd seen The Exorcist.
Yes,
Yeah,
everything
there's
ranked up to The
demons. I know
Exorcist.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Exorcist, I was actually watching it. They digitally remastered it back in the 90s, the late 90s, when that was the cool thing to do.
Mhm.
And we were watching it when I was 8.5 months pregnant. And all these spiders at that moment started crawling out from underneath the couch that we were sitting on and put me into false sleeper. No, not one spider. It was like 5 spiders. 5. Yeah, so
I agree
Exorcist equals false sleeper.
I agree with DJ Red 4. Talk about movies we don't need or want.
Yeah.
I don't have a need for the movie.
Yeah. I like remakes where the remake can add something to the value of the original. The only thing you're going to add to that is sharper imagery.
Yeah.
Because the story doesn't require the picture.
No.
Mhm.
So it makes no sense to redo that. Like if you're talking about what's a science fiction movie from when we were kids?
Oh, Dune.
What's that?
Dune.
Dune. Okay.
The new
So-
Dune coming.
There's going to be all kinds of value from a retelling of that story. Like the technology is better. David Lynch did a real David Lynch job making that movie. Like there's all kinds of room for somebody to go, you know what? I'll redo this.
Right.
Hector Rivera, Lost in Space.
Yeah.
That show, the original, was an okay show. But if you watch the new ones, I think they're on Netflix. That's a good show.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Like-
wild.
You know, when you look at what we can do technology wise, you can add to the story by retelling it.
Mhm.
Whereas, like if you redid Terminator 1 shot for shot,
Mhm.
it would look prettier, but the story doesn't need it.
No.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
there's a lot of shit that just doesn't need to be remade, and there's a lot of shit out there that should very well be remade.
Right.
Right.
You want to tell us about
Kate and her trailer.
trailer?
Let's talk about Kate trailer. Mary Elizabeth Winstead goes full John Wick.
In her new trailer.
Hell yeah, she does.
I want this this show Kate really bad. I think it's really cool looking.
I didn't know we had to watch this.
I'm trying to think of what she's been in. And I don't know why it's slipping my mind.
Let me see. Did you find her?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
What was she in?
I don't know. She was in the show.
Yep.
She was in something. No, not the Joey Tribbiani Lost in Space one. That wasn't good stuff.
She was in
Not the good stuff.
Death Proof, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Death Proof. I
She became known
think
as
she was part of the car one.
yeah,
from
I
Death
think
Proof.
so. She became known as a scream queen
Yeah,
from
that
being
was
in
Death
Final
Proof.
Destination 3 and Black Christmas. Like she's good.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
You guys got anything on that?
No. That one.
Well done.
Let's see.
You guys are so awesome.
Yeah, not that one.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jen, she was the Scott Pilgrim girl.
Yes.
This is you, buddy.
Is it?
Yeah.
James Gunn has more DCEU projects planned, confirmed by DC film head in an interview with THR. DC Films president Walter Hamada hinted that Gunn would return to the universe. Hamada spoke about how he enjoyed working with Gunn and he's always welcome back. Hamada did say he and Gunn have more projects planned, but didn't divulge exactly what or if it would be another film or series.
Nice. Bring him back. I think you're stupid not to.
Yeah, more shit coming from James Gunn.
I'm in.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
you guys ready?
Yeah. Switching gears.
Power up.
Dancy time.
There's only so much dancing you can do sitting in a chair.
I think so. That's about all. That's all the dancing I do when I'm out on the floor. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I'm sitting in the chair. Give me a chair. Phil Spencer confirms that the Elder Scrolls 6 won't release until after Fable, probably after 2023.
and I'm fucking pissed.
Okay. Tell us about it.
I just did.
Okay, he's fucking pissed, man.
No,
What-
Don't worry,
are your
they're
guys'
probably going to
thoughts
come
on
out
this?
with a super special edition of Skyrim in the meantime.
yeah, three more consoles are getting Skyrim.
Right.
Um,
Including one that hasn't been made yet.
yeah. Elder Scrolls Skyrim was one of my favorite games for the last 2 generations of consoles. I had it on my PS3, I had it on my PS4, I now have it on my PS5, and I have it on my Switch.
Damn.
It's just one of those things. I can always go fucking stab a dragon.
Right.
I don't have it.
You've never played it?
I've tried playing it and watched it be played. It's just not something just not something that works for me.
Oh, you're fucking up, bud.
Yeah.
Sorry. Jeez.
You
What a
are
game.
Wow.
fucking up.
But yeah, but Lord of the Rings hate, and you're just like, whoa, settle down, but you're gonna sit here and be that guy?
You know what?
Stop
Brady,
blinking
there are
at me.
hundreds of hours you could have wasted your life playing this game like the rest of
Yes.
them.
I played it like 4 times.
That's fine.
The only other game I can think of, or there's 2 games I can think of that I've played as much. Final Fantasy VII and Fallout 4.
I play Seasons of Madden.
Brady, I never played it either.
Thank you, Lunyr Girl. She
You're
plays
welcome.
Seasons of Madden too.
No, she doesn't.
Shut up.
I didn't do that either.
Yes, you did, Lunyr Girl.
Lunar
Yes, I
Girl,
did.
if you can pick your favorite game, what is it?
Resident Evil.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Thank you.
I'm a Resident Evil 1 and 2, and then they lost me.
I know. I really want to play the new one though that came out a few months ago.
I hear
Still
it's very
haven't.
good.
Oh, it looks good.
Tall vampire chick.
Big boobs.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
always in for big boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had me at boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're big?
And they're really big.
Yeah.
She's like 9 feet tall.
It reportedly delays Horizon Forbidden West to 2022.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings one bit.
I love the first Horizon game. Well, you're not going to play it. I love the first Horizon game, but right now I am so busy that I don't have time to play another game.
So they can just push it back for you.
Yeah, they can keep
They're
pushing.
doing this specifically for Don.
Yeah,
ladies
things
and
are
gentlemen.
working. Things are working out for me. Except for that fucking Elder Scrolls shit. You need it right here.
You told us about it 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, they did too. They announced that game over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm in the same place with that game as I was with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
told us about that 3 or 4 years before it happened, and every year E3 or something, it wouldn't come up again. I'm like, you motherfucker! I will drive there myself. Somebody's gonna get punched.
Where's
in the
Bethesda? Where's Bethesda?
This is one near and dear to my heart. Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance got a new update. Patches fix a lot of really small bugs, but it doesn't fix any of the glaring issues with the difficulty scaling or any other major problems in the game. So I've officially decided it can go fuck itself.
Nice. Nice.
I won't play another hour of it. I just won't do it. And I'm at the point where I think I might write a nasty letter to the studio and be like, I'm pretty sure you guys should pay me or give me my money back. I'll send you the disc. You can go fuck yourself with it. But I'd appreciate it if you give me my money back.
Fantastic.
I got about 7 hours into this game that should have been an 80-hour plus experience. Just fucking so mad.
Oh no!
I was
Definitely
so
a strongly worded letter is in order.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I will be writing a strongly worded letter to you.
Dear president of Go Fuck Yourself, you are an ass basket.
True.
I will wear the fucking lettering off a keyboard to write this letter.
Oh my God.
You ready to tell us, Bob?
Well, Battlefield 2042 does not have a campaign, but getting a short film.
Yeah, so there's that.
So, you know, you don't have to worry about playing it. They're just going to show you what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I really love that when I get a brand new video game and they go, here's a video that'll tell you what it's about. And then you can just repeatedly do nonsensical bullshit.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Here, every level is iterative of the one before it.
Enjoy.
Good luck.
It's a shooting game.
It's a shooting game. I love that the studios have gotten to the point with these FPSs where they're like, nobody plays the campaign. Nobody gives a fuck. Let's just make some levels and they can go play paintball with each other.
Yes. I love it.
Because it's really all they're doing at this point.
It's so much fun. I love paintball.
Here's some new skins. We're going to put in this new mechanic that we think will be fun, but they're just going to shoot each other.
Yes, sure.
And then they're going to teabag each other, and then they're going to shoot each other.
For $20, they can do it as a ninja.
Right. Exactly. Oh, and,
Ninja sack.
yeah. And then we're going to put in, microtransactions, and we're just really going to give it to them. And they're just going to keep giving us the money.
Just bend over and go, no, we ain't going to spit on it.
It's just dry. Oh, and by the way, it'll be a $70 game.
We had to make a film.
Yeah, there's at least 9 levels where you could shoot a guy in it.
Exactly.
For 140, you can get the ninja skin.
Right.
Okay.
So Bungie and Ubisoft are taking cheat makers to court. This is interesting. Ring One sells cheats via subscription for 25 euros a week. I want to know who's paying these douchebags to cheat at games. A cheater can get a bundle of Rainbow Six Siege hacks, which is what, an 8-year-old game at this point.
Yeah, my son still plays it though.
Like a aimbot, configurable ESP tools to show the health and distance of other players, and options to alter weapon spread and recoil. A hardware ID spoofer so that they don't get banned.
That's some impressive shit for $25 or euros.
I just don't I don't understand why you would pay somebody $25 a week so that you can ruin a game.
It's more than that. It's 25 euros, bro.
Oh, good point. That's what, like $32 a month?
Yeah.
Like
or a week.
Yeah.
So that you can ruin a game, not only for yourself, but for everyone else who's trying to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And they can't find me to ban me.
Yeah. Like it just
people are shit. People are shit.
Don, you're on your way to becoming a video game developer. They would never hire me. I would just be the guy sitting at the table when they're having these brainstorming sessions, and I would just spill my drink and go, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Did all
Fuck
you
you,
guys
fuck
forget?
you, fuck you, fuck
You're
you.
cool. I'm
You're
out.
cool.
Like it just like did all these people forget what being a video game player was like?
Right.
You know, there's nothing worse than somebody that has an unfair advantage in a video game.
Fuck those people.
It's just ridiculous.
I can't stand cheat. I can't stand that shit. That was one of the things that ruined Call of Duty for me. Was the amount of cheating that would happen.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so then
I
the next thing you know,
completely
you're
agree
like,
with
well,
that.
I spent $70 on this game and I can't even fucking enjoy it.
Mhm.
It's just obnoxious behavior from the top down.
It's ridiculous.
And the fact that these video game designers have so much overhead on these games where they're protecting their IP that it makes the game not run properly. But they have no infrastructure whatsoever to make sure that assholes like this can't sell cheats for their games.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre to me.
It's ridiculous.
It's
Especially
really
in a platform like Call of Duty. You've been around for this long. You
Yeah.
know what they're doing. Why
Right.
isn't there a fix? What?
It's
DJ's
like
got a really
barricading all
good
the
point.
doors and then leaving the window open.
DJ's got a really good point in the chat.
Anything that involves pantsless hugs.
And the ability.
I was talking about the midnight launches and the
Oh yeah,
swag.
those used to be fun.
Yes.
I don't think those are really a
No.
thing anymore.
That gets
Well,
me back
why
to this
would
whole
you?
concept or console nonsense where they've been having these bots and shit buy them up at online.
Mhm.
The solution is go figure, sell it at the fucking store
Yeah.
where
Wow.
the people go.
Yeah. Well,
Bots
we
don't
used to
walk
do
to
that.
fucking Best Buy.
We used to do that, but then they came out with, well, pay $5 and you can get your game early.
Mhm.
And then why go to the store and stand in
When
a
you-
line when you
When
could
they
just
made
get
the
it for
ability to
Yeah.
digitally download it
Yes.
before the release date, so at 9 o'clock at night, they're like, oh, if you already have it, go ahead and play.
And that's
But that
what
still
we
doesn't
do
work for a new
now.
console though.
No, that
You know, if you can't control the sale of your product,
Hmm.
sell it the one place you can control.
Right.
Yeah.
They just didn't
Yeah.
want to pay for shipping it to a store.
and at this
I
point, when a
agree with
robot comes
Jess.
to buy it, you'll know he's a robot.
Yeah.
I
Just
agree with
robot.
The Terminator. Why does he want this PlayStation
Gotcha,
5 so
Jess.
bad?
Why does he want 20 of them?
Mhm.
What happened to
Just
your
says,
face?
What?
You went mad serious.
No, I didn't. I was reading trying to read yours.
Roger Dodger. Do you want me to turn the screen?
No, you're fine, buddy.
Anyway, moving on. I it's beginning to be the video game section is causing me to have a fucking aneurysm almost once a week now.
It happens.
oh,
It happens
no.
every time.
I
Every
can't
fucking
believe
time.
some of these companies and the shit that they pull.
We need to talk to our video game guy.
Yeah.
He needs
Did
to bring
you
it down.
know that Jason Roscom's in the chat?
What's up, Jason Roscom?
That was amazing. That smelled like
Salad.
Sam.
extra crispy salad. Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
Extra crispy chicken salad. Woo. Yummy.
Tell us about Final Fantasy.
Let's talk about Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters review
Oh.
bombed on Metacritic. Not because the ports aren't good, because the fans want to play them on console, not PC.
That's happening a lot too. These studios are making these really they're cheap ports. You know, they upgrade some stuff, they move some stuff around, but they're literally writing programs that transfer these programs into modern language. Like they're kind of cheating, and then they don't put it out where people want to play it. It's kind of bizarre.
How bizarre.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't see
Christopher
that
used to
coming.
sing that song all the time.
Ah.
He sang that song so many times that I don't think I like that song anymore.
That is
hoo-ha.
completely fair.
There's a
Oh,
bus-
I
bus.
always hated that song.
Let's get into the more aggressive part of the show.
And now it's time for Sports Talk with your hosts, Dangerous Don Juan DellaSnooch, beautiful Brady Lovin, here on the Escape Pod.
It makes it that much better that you can hear Lunyr Grill trying to keep it together going.
Sorry. You know what I feel like tonight? I feel like that chick on ridiculousness.
Oh,
That
God.
show on MTV. Yeah, that's what I feel like tonight.
That's fantastic.
She really thinks them dudes are funny. Going back, Jason brings up a interesting point about the whole waiting in line. There is a sense of camaraderie that comes from, the waiting in line and people getting together and, people running to get people coffee. And like, it's a whole thing that they just killed because it was convenient for them.
Yep.
Somewhere in a boardroom, some Japanese guy was like, it's a pandemic. People aren't going to want to go wait in line. Well, then you don't understand your audience. Because gamers will stab their mom for the new system. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's happened when kids didn't get the system they wanted for Christmas or whatever. Moms die over that shit.
Oh my God.
I'm sure there's a headline, Florida boy.
It's in Florida. You know it's in Florida.
12-year-old Florida boy massacres entire family, didn't get PlayStation 2.
Whoa.
Headline 2021.
Yeah, 2021. That's an old system, kid. Fuck you. I want it.
You too.
Have you ever been to Sarasota? Eat a dick.
Oh, shit. Let's get into the sports talk, dude.
We kid you, Florida. We kid you.
No, we don't. I'm serious.
It's true.
Colts Carson Wentz to undergo surgery on injured foot and could be sidelined 5 to 12 weeks per team. That's a huge window.
Yeah, like holy shit, Carson Wentz is broken again.
Right.
Who knew?
No, but the thing that's funny is they're like 5 to 12 weeks. That's a pretty long fucking time. You could be 5 weeks or 12 weeks, like a difference of 7 fucking full weeks, man. That's crazy shit.
I want to know who the asshole in Indiana was like, who we need? Fucking glass Carson Wentz over here. Last time the kid hiccup, he broke a shin.
That's true.
Training camp opened and he broke his knee again.
What happened? He farted.
Blew off his whole left butt cheek.
It's gone.
Yes.
He should be ready by tomorrow or December.
He's probably going to play half-ass all season.
Well, that's not anything new.
All right. So this was a weird one. At the Panthers practice on Tuesday, receiver Keith...
Sorry, Jason wrote something.
Wentz would be the first character you played against in a boxing video game. That is the fucking truth. I wonder where the beginning of this is. Anyway,
at Panthers practice on Tuesday.
At Panthers
ended with receiver Keith Kirkwood being hospitalized after taking a vicious hit from safety JT Ibe. Panthers coach Matt Rule was so upset with the hit that he decided to cut Ibe after practice ended.
Yeah, can you believe that?
That's fucking sweet.
You just lost your job.
You're done, bitch. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he's the quarterback or the wide receiver. He's important.
Yeah. Yes, you're out. You're out. I love it.
Fucking idiot.
I love it. It's practice, bro. Chill out.
That's supposed to be your boy.
Ridiculous. You're on the same fucking team, man.
Right. Welcome, Backyard TARDIS. Good to see you.
Jesus, get your shit together.
You got any Pop-Tarts?
Not you, Backyard TARDIS. Your shit seems like it's together.
No, but he may or may not have Pop-Tarts.
Well, if you don't have Pop-Tarts, you don't have your shit together.
Fucking genius.
Let's get an Olympic update, my friend.
Yes.
Can you do that for us?
This week's Olympic update, and we're wrapping up the Olympics at the end of this week.
Nice.
I believe on the 8th. The United States currently has 25 gold, 31 silver, and a lot more than 2 bronze. Must be 23. I fucked up the notes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we have a lot of bronze.
Yeah, we do. Because that's fucking, that doesn't make sense.
I believe it's in the ballpark of like 22, 23 bronze. For a total of 79 medals.
22 bronze.
Is it? You did the math?
Yep.
Well done.
Nice.
Normally
I didn't excel
we're
with that.
currently in second place behind China, and it's not really all that close. They've got a good like 7 or 8 medals on us.
No, they've had their shit together.
Well, when you raise young girls in a communist country and they do only flippy, they're going to be
tiny.
Yeah, they're going to be good at it.
They're so tiny.
And like when you see those young Chinese guys on the rings and stuff, like those dudes are so like compact and strong.
I want to see them old school style with a cigarette in their mouth.
Yeah. Me,
Like Vince
Russian
Vaughn did?
cosmonaut and Olympic gymnast.
Yes. And I smoked a cigarette.
Did you catch that Russia is not competing as Russia?
I told you that on the fucking show. Oh
Okay.
my gosh. The Russian Olympic Committee. We had this
Yeah.
conversation. Jesus.
It blew my mind again when I saw it. I'm
Because
like,
it's mind numbing,
yeah.
isn't it? You're like, wait.
You got kicked out, but you decided you were going to change your name and they're going to let you compete.
Yeah.
You know why? Because everyone afraid of Russia.
It's true. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
Get fucking bombed. Do it.
Hit that button, dude. Hit that button.
Yes.
These are the hot sheets. Best investigator reporting on the planet.
Hell yeah.
It's true.
Do you guys know what that's from?
Men in Black.
Movie?
Men in Black. Yeah.
Oh. I did see that movie. How come I don't remember it?
Because it's that fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
it's just a little like passerby anecdote.
Yeah. It's when they're getting the he's pulling out the hot sheets and he pulls out the like Star Inquirer and shit
Mhm.
like that. And he's like,
Ah.
these are the hot sheets. And then there's all kinds of the weird shit that's in those things.
Yeah, he's like,
Mhm.
all the best stuff is in here.
Gotta rewatch that movie now.
Hell yeah, you do.
You can read this first.
I'm going to read this one. Because Cobra Kai star Exelo Mirando Miguel and talks to star as Latino superhero Blue Beetle for HBO Max.
I don't know anything about Blue Beetle, but I'll watch it because I'm a sucker.
Yep. I'm a sucker for superheroes.
I keep like making room in my life for these shows. And if they're vaguely good, I will, if they're really good, I will give them all my attention.
Hell,
If they're vaguely good, I will watch them while I'm working on the show. And if they're not good, I'm gonna opt out. I'll get through 10 episodes and be like, this ain't for me.
10 episodes? That's a lot of commitment.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Even at
I
30
might
minutes
watch.
an episode, that's a lot.
Yeah. I was always the last one to want to break up too.
Yeah.
You know, I was always like, no, it could get better. No, you're just
You're okay.
My
It'll be
CDs
fine.
are in her car. I can't leave now.
You're a useless. Never mind. Marvel president Kevin Feige reportedly livid and embarrassed about Black Widow. He's on record as not being happy with the way this has been treated, the whole nonsense that's led to these lawsuits. He doesn't seem to be too happy with his employer as far as the way they handled that. But that was kind of a conversation that needed to be happening in an office before they fucking did it. Coming out later going, no, that really wasn't cool. Doesn't fucking get Scarlett Johansson paid.
It's true.
It's true.
Do it.
Waterworld sequel TV series in the works.
Which I don't know if I need that. And is Kevin Costner's old ass going to do it?
Probably
And are
not.
they going to digitally do his hair in this one too?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't despise Waterworld, but I don't have a need for it. I mean, it's not something that I'm surprised somebody was like, hey, you remember that movie that was a big bomb? Let's make a TV series over it. And they're like, fuck yeah, let's do that. It's a great idea.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
I'm in.
I've seen that movie like 5 times. And every time I'm always like, there's going to be a moment where I'm going to go, oh, this is as good as Mad Max, which was kind of the impetus for it, right? Mad Max happens in the desert. This happens in the water, desert. I see what you did there. Still not good.
No.
I mean, it's watchable. It's not excruciatingly bad, but it's just not good.
Little girl, did your hair really get stuck in the mic?
I watched the whole thing go down. I wanted to laugh, but then I was like, no, just let it happen.
Just let it go.
I tried to mute myself as I was getting it unstuck, but then I couldn't flip up the mouthpiece because it was stuck.
Being live on a show has all of its own pitfalls.
Oh, that's great.
Oh man.
That's why Dave and Jason coined the term "we're doing it live." Like
doing it live.
You got to do it live because shit just don't work sometimes.
You never know.
Do we want to skip over these?
Yes.
And then because we're gonna do with the fellas.
Yep.
So
we were gonna do Bad Batch, 2 episodes of it, but we're already about an hour in, so I think we're gonna push it.
Yeah.
We'll backfill it next time.
You guys good with that?
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys have another podcast coming on after this podcast, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
We've got a hard out in about an hour.
An hour.
Which will be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into does anybody need a minute?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. Masters of the Universe Revelations Part 1, developed by Kevin Smith and produced by Powerhouse Animation Studios.
Can I ask everybody here, going into this, did you know there was a part 1 and a part 2?
Yes.
No, I did not.
I had no idea.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was even going to be a part 2 until Kevin was talking about it in the after video.
Okay.
Because he leads off in that after video. What did everybody think of part 1?
Yeah.
Of Revelations? You're like, that should have been right in the signage right up front.
Yeah.
Because when you get to episode 5, there's a part of you that's like, that's where you're gonna knock off.
Like we're done. You fucking just what?
Right? You just
okay. So I was just curious if going into it, because I had heard it was a 2-parter. So I was just curious if the rest of you had heard that, because I know that was a contention with some fans that they didn't know it was part 1, part 2.
Right.
So
yeah, I knew that.
I agree. I wish in the beginning of it they would have said part 1.
Isaac needs a minute. Isaac, I give you full permission to take a minute.
Take that minute, buddy.
Or as many minutes as you need.
Yeah.
We're just happy you're here.
Yes.
Episode 1, The Power of Grayskull.
You're not giving him a minute.
No. Written by Kevin Smith and directed by Adam Carone, Patrick Stannard. I'm gonna save the breath. Adam Carone, Conroe. Adam Conroe and Patrick Stannard directed all 5 of these. So I'm just gonna different writers.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. But anyway, this first one was kicked off by Kevin. He did all the writing for this. Well, he did the bulk of the writing. Why Tila is being celebrated at a ceremony taking up the mantle of Man-at-Arms, Skeletor and Evelyn lead in all-out invasion against Castle Grayskull, interrupting the ceremony and attracting the attention of He-Man. Man-at-Arms and the rest of Eternia... I read that wrong. Attracting the attention of Man-at-Arms and the rest of Eternia. With the rest of Eternia's forces facing off against the forces of Snake Mountain outside Castle Grayskull, Tila battles Evelyn inside while He-Man confronts Skeletor at the heart of the castle.
where all the magic flows through Eternia in a mystical orb enclosed by a locking mechanism built by the Elders. Declaring this to be their final battle, Skeletor incinerates He-Man's ally, Mothman, causing an enraged He-Man to impale Skeletor upon the locking mechanism, exposing Castle Grayskull into its true form as the Hall of Wisdom. Skeletor cracks the orb containing all the magic in Eternia and causes an explosion threatening all reality.
The sorceress manages to slow time and gives He-Man enough time to contain the explosion using the Sword of Power as a conduit, splitting it into two and seemingly killing both He-Man and Skeletor. All right, so what's you guys' temperature on this episode?
Right from the start, it was epic battle. This is what it's all come down. I think that's what I took away from the first one, was the fact that He-Man and Skeletor are going to have it out, and it had an ending.
Yeah, I really feel like this story started or ended at the beginning. You know, it was like it was almost like we were coming in at the end of the previous story.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from it.
Yeah, episode 1 was like, this is the capstone of the show from your childhood.
Yes.
Right.
And a lot of people were like, what? You just started and you killed fucking Skeletor and He-Man? Fuck you, I'm out.
The way I looked at it, I grew up with He-Man. I know a lot of people grew up with He-Man. I didn't really get into the 2002 ones or anything, but didn't you ever wonder what would happen in that epic battle? Like, this is it. Like, everything that we've always wondered, it's not He-Man always wins, though. This is the epic battle.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see after this episode, like, where is this going?
That's where I was at. I was kind of like sitting there with my jaw on the floor, like,
yeah,
that really didn't just happen. Like, we're an episode in, and that just had I was floored. I was floored. I was that was crazy.
Kick you right in the feels just because you wait a minute. Skeletor killed He-Man, and He-Man.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're bringing back this childhood show that you love, and then boom. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of like what went down in the castle. I mean, a lot of people hated it, where the king, banished Duncan forever, and Tila threw a crown on the
That's
floor.
the next one.
Oh, I thought that was this one. I thought the next episode started with Stinkor.
It literally ends when they're both dead. Oh, you know what? She might be right.
No, it happens in the first one because
at the very
Tila's.
end.
I have a note that it was like Tila's first tantrum, where she basically, where she's like, "Wait a minute, you knew and you know." Meanwhile, the king earlier in the episode is like, "Tila's made Duncan proud, and maybe one day you'll make me proud. See ya," and walk away. And Adam's sitting there going,
"Yeah,
okay, all right." Yeah, but at the end, you find out where the queen is screaming, "Not just He-Man, our son."
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because this is one of the things that the internet has exploded about is Tila being, for lack of a better word, abrasive to some people's sensibilities.
Okay. I'll take that one.
You called it a temper tantrum. I've heard people say way fucking worse.
Oh, yeah. And I say it in a playful way because, I mean, at the same time, like, she is going to be affected. She lost her best friend. She found out that the champion of all of Eternia is gone. And a bunch of people knew some stuff that I feel like I should have known. So
I feel like
anger is real, but it is kind of like a going thing. She does have a fit at some point.
It seems like you say, it's very righteous anger.
Right.
But I think that like once again, elephant in the room kind of thing. I think that there's a segment of our society that when a woman is angry, our response is, well, me. You know, it
It's
just,
true.
and
She's
it's
a
a thing
bitch.
that's kind of ingrained that like she completely got fucked over. And
Mhm.
then she was mad about it. And we're all like, you know what? Fuck you for being mad about it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I'm also completely admitting that I felt that some of it seemed a little whiny and bitchy.
Yes.
But I also think that if it was a male character and he was acting like that, I'd have been
I'd
like,
say the
oh,
same.
he's being a whiny little bitch.
I'd say the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that because it's a female character, there's at least a certain segment of our population that keys right into that. Like it hits their hot
Ah,
button.
sorry
What
about
happened?
that. I smacked the computer. I talk with my hands, okay?
Slap the monitor.
Fuck you, Tila. Oh.
I talk with my hands, and sometimes I forget where I am.
So, Lunyr Girl, you are the ambassador of estrogen, as they say on the Salty Nerd podcast. What's your take on this?
Okay, so first, where do I start? Okay, so she's adopted. That's the first thing. And she grew up trusting Duncan, didn't really have a mom. I will say that's why she's being whiny. Yes, just Jen, yes. So, you know, she finds first she watched He-Man die, okay? And she always loved He-Man. And I was going to mention that, and I see Backyard TARDIS also said it. So, yes, she loved He-Man above and beyond. So she just watched, you know, her huge man crush die. And then she finds out that He-Man is actually Adam, who was her bestest friend in the whole entire world. So now she's lost two people in her life. And then she found out that everybody knew, you know, her dad, well, who was supposed to be her dad knew, you know, all of these people all knew, who were all of her besties, who she trusted in her life. Everybody knew about her. You know, she lost two people. She's depressed now. She's been lied to. She doesn't trust anybody. Hi, Darius. So yeah, she's gonna be pissed off. She can't grieve over this. She's way pissed off. And here she is, like, serving this Eternia, you know, she's just made Master of Arms. It's like, you know, the queen of the army, or king, whatever you want to call it. And you know, why is she busting her ass and giving her life to protecting all these people who just totally screwed her over? So yeah, I throw my crown down too and say, like, you know, screw you guys, I'm out.
Right.
But she was a little bit whiny over it. You know, they could have shortened it, taken some wine out of it. But
how much do we think maybe that is the voice actor's inflection?
Probably.
As over the writing.
Yeah, probably.
I think it
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, it could, because you're not talking about real voice actors. You're talking about actors doing voice acting,
Right.
Yeah.
for the most part.
Mhm.
Not all of them. You're Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's an actor and a voice actor.
Right. And I know from listening to Kevin Smith talk a lot, he likes to let actors be actors. And he has, unless it particularly affects the story itself, he likes to let actors make decisions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, some of that whininess could be the interpretation of the person who read the script.
And
Yeah.
after watching the revelations at the end, where they talked to all of the voice actors and Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think listening to her, it sounded like that's what she put into the character, as far as I don't know, maybe going a little too overboard with the push on everybody's a liar, and running out. Like I said, at the same time, if you think about in real life losing somebody, the stages of grief that you can go through,
Yeah.
where anger is like a huge stage. So
And
it's
that's what the king
kind of
had.
natural to, to be that screw everybody, I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the king had, finding out his wife, and his most trusted advisors all knew that his son is playing He-Man, and now both of them are dead. So that's why the king was like, screw you, get out. Never want to see you again.
See, that just reinforces the point. Now, why is Teela's anger about the situation that's over the top and whiny? But the king, the guy who's supposed to lead the entire kingdom and be an example of stability, can throw a fucking hissy fit right in the throne room, and nobody bats a fucking eye.
Because his voice is loud and
his voice
scary.
is commanding, and he has testicles.
Yeah. Like Teela doesn't have any balls, and
we don't know that. I've never even been
Never
to
once have we found this out. Not confirmed.
Yeah, maybe in Eternia the women have the balls.
We don't know. It's true.
Yeah. Maybe He-Man
And that
had
wasn't
vagina.
a loincloth. That was just hair.
Right. Yeah, see? Talk about Amazonians. All right. Let's push on to episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Poison Chalice, written by Daya Mershra and directed by Adam Canero and Patrick Stannard.
Oh, Scott agrees with me.
Yeah.
Just putting it on record. Somebody agreed with me.
Okay.
Having become a mercenary after leaving the Royal Guard, Teela retrieves the glove of Globula. Some of the fucking naming, and I know it's consistent.
It was
with,
straight tongue in cheek.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the same lack of creativity that drove this entire series in the 80s.
Yes.
I didn't bring it up before, but I'm going to go on record here as saying the original series is not fucking good.
Oh my God. I tried to go back and watch it because you start listening to all the hate on the internet and you're sitting here like, I really enjoyed it. I'm like, am I missing something? So I went back and watched it and oh my God.
The original cartoon is garbage.
The toys are what we loved. The cartoon, I don't think so much.
I completely understand the nostalgia and being a kid who had toys, and then the show would come on, and the relationship between what you were doing and what was happening on the screen and your toys. Blah, blah. The writing is trash. The animation was trash. It
was so 1980.
Character development non-existent.
You basically had He-Man and Skeletor fighting.
And Okra was a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at the end, they gave you a really good, mood lifting saying.
Right.
Till next time.
Orko is a terrible character. Like from top soup to nuts, the writing is just rubbish. So anyone who wants to at me and be like, no, it's a great show and you just didn't give it a chance. I was a kid in the fucking 80s. I knew it was rubbish then. And I mean, I was like 4 when it started.
No, you were not 4. Were you really 4?
That's serious. It started in 1983. I was 4 years old.
Jeez.
But I wasn't aware of it probably until I was about 7. But at that point, my friends all had the toys. I had toys. Like playing with the toys was great. And the characters, the creativity of the individual character, like this is this guy and he smells like a skunk, and this guy's got many faces, like it was great. The toys were great. The show was junk.
It really was.
If you want to compare these 5 well-crafted cartoon episodes to 130 episodes of just sheer trash.
And they are different. And they are completely different.
They are completely different.
Oh,
The
yeah.
part, like, and the what we didn't talk about the animation. The animation in this is amazing.
Yes.
I loved it.
Fantastic
I
animation.
thought it was phenomenal.
I thought it was, and they call it an
I loved
anime.
it. Yeah.
Backyard TARDIS does bring up a good point. They should have took more time to establish the relationship of all these characters before the deaths and stuff like that.
Agreed.
It's
It does.
true, but we had the 80s. There was a show in the 90s. There was a show in the 2000s.
Right.
So
The thing that people seem to be missing is this is not a show that is attempting to create a whole new generation of 9-year-old He-Man fans. It's not. This show was for us.
It's for us.
And you know what? As an adult looking back, I remember loving the show. But I think what I loved about the show was the battle between good and evil. And He-Man always won. And there was some message at the end. And going into this is a very in-depth written story about the culmination of that. So when he said it's a love letter to the fans, it really is. It's giving you the actual story to
that you wished existed.
Right. And it's the memories of our, when we were kids saying we loved it. You go back now and you're like, holy shit on a shingle. This is terrible. Because we aren't like Jess was saying, we're not 5 to 8 anymore. We're adults going, what is this
good writing for 5 to 8-year-olds? Like, if you look at the stuff that they're writing for 5 to 8-year-olds now, like even like shows like Fairly Odd Parents, way smarter than the He-Man cartoon. Or even as bad as like a show like Ed, Ed, and Eddie was. Still way smarter writing than what was in this He-Man cartoon. There's episodes that I watched in this last week trying to, rekindle whatever was there from when I was a kid, where from the beginning of the episode to the end of it, they lost the through line of what the fuck they were talking about. Come on. Let's stop jerking off 1983. It's not there. Like, judge this show on its own merit.
Don't die on that hill.
Don't die on that hill. It's a silly hill. It's a silly place.
It's only a model.
All right, let's get back to where we were at.
All right.
Having become a mercenary after leaving the Royal Guard, Tila retrieves the glove of Globula from Stinkor, along with her new partner, Andrea. After returning the glove to its rightful owners at the church, Tila and Andrea are hired by the old woman to retrieve an old goblet from Snake Mountain, which has now been taken over by Triclops. And the click don't work. Clickety clink.
Triclops has established a cult of Skeletors in Skeletor's absence that worships technology through the master motherboard rather than magic, which he blames for ruining Skeletor's bid for power. After retrieving the goblet, the old woman reveals herself to be Evil Lyn in disguise, who is currently working with the sorceress. The goblet is revealed to be disguised head of Skeletor's Havoc staff, which contains one of the last embers of true magic.
Jess is making a compelling argument that Ed, Ed, and Eddie was made for teenage and pre-teenage kids. But I don't know that He-Man was not made for pre-teen
I
kids.
seriously doubt it. It had to be made for a younger generation. Not pre-teen.
Maybe. I don't know. You'd have to look at the toy line and see what the age was on the toy. Did they put ages on toys back then?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
It was always like 5 and up.
Yeah, anything. This has little pieces you can choke on. Give that to the 3-year-old.
Yeah.
He should know better anyway.
Yeah. Don't suck the hair off a He-Man, kid.
Get that out of your mouth.
Stop licking Stinkor. That's for when you're older.
Mommy, why does Stinkor smell like your cigarettes?
Because you were playing with it next to the ashtray.
Put that down. Go in your room and go fuck yourself.
Then again, I have pictures between 5 and 8 with me with my hands in beer, and they gave me a beer to hold.
Yeah.
And, we were probably drunk going, this show is awesome.
My dad has a picture of me as a toddler sitting on the ground with like a giant wine bottle, and I'm just holding it like this, drinking out of it.
Mm-hmm. I literally remember being about 3 years old. My dad let me try beer.
Yeah.
Because, he was shit fucking drunk.
They were like, he goes right
working
to
on
sleep
Dad of the Year.
I think that's what dads did back then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like,
try it. You don't like it, do you?
You're going to be a full-blown alcoholic by 17, son. Good luck.
Anyway.
Dude, I already read this.
Oh, did you?
You need to fucking pay attention.
I don't remember you talking about that. Are you sure?
Whoops.
No, you didn't read
Yes,
that.
I did. Did I not just read this, guys? Triclops has established a cult of Skeletors in Skeletor's absence that worships technology through the
Get my
master
shit
motherboard.
together.
Get your shit together, dipshit.
John needs a Snickers and a nap.
I'm not drinking, so the sorceress transfers the reminder of Eternia's magic into Evelyn's staff, becoming greatly weakened in the process. Tila is tasked by the sorceress to retrieve the two halves of the Sword of Power, which are currently located in the realms they were forged in. The Hall of Heroes in Preternia and Subternia, the land of the dead. Having become disillusioned by the lies of her former friends, Tila initially refuses, but convinced by Cringer to reconsider. What about this? Where was everybody at on this episode?
This episode dragged just a little bit, but I was really curious to see what happened. When we finally got to the end of the second episode, where Evelyn was about to take the last of the magic away from the sorceress, and Tila was about to stop it, and Cringer's like, no! Then I knew, there's something more to this. So that was the part that really excited me. The other stuff, it was cool seeing Stinkor.
Would have been cooler if he said, Snoochie Boochies.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so funny.
That would have been really good. It's kind of sad that he did it.
That'd have been hilarious. Was he voiced by Jason Mewes?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Didn't he say something about getting their stinky paws off of something?
Yeah, get off the merch, you merc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the episode that some of the people that have been on the internet bitching to, go into Tila's got short hair and she's hanging around with a woman, must make her a lesbian. And now we're all angry because, we have to have empowered lesbian women in shows. Get the fuck off my lawn with that bullshit.
I think you're reading a little too much into things.
That's what I'm saying.
I never saw it.
For one, short haircuts, kind of in style. It's a thing. It's currently a thing that people do to their hair.
Right.
So once again, she's existing as a woman in her own space. Whatever.
Yes, I will say this though, that any more movies, cartoons, whenever they want to show anybody portray a strong, independent woman, for some reason they got to give them all the same haircut. Why does everybody have to portray a small? Yeah, I'm a strong, independent woman, and my hair touches my ass. Why you always gotta cut the hair and shave half of it, or shave the butt? Why?
Sarah Connor didn't cut her hair.
Yeah,
it's true.
Princess Leia didn't cut her hair.
She just put it in buns.
Yeah,
put it in buns. I should have put it in buns. It wouldn't get cut.
Carrie Fisher's buns. No, I just, it's just one of those things where like a whole segment of the internet exploded, and I'm like, why are we doing this again, boys?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily make her a lesbian, but why you always gotta portray strong, independent women like that? Like, leave their hair long. There's no creativity to it
I think
whatsoever.
what it is it's like it's that whole draw that I don't necessarily think this was it in this show, but a lot of movies and shows that draw to the, you have to highlight the strong, independent woman when if you really go back and film and TV shows, there's plenty of examples of it to where it's not highlighted. So I think that's where a lot of the public goes for is, you got to highlight it. Is it really highlighting, or is it just, you picking it out of
Well, that's
what you normally
exactly
watch?
the point. I feel like a strongly written female character stands out.
Absolutely.
It stands out on its own merit. So the fact that someone finds offense on something being valued of its own merit is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have seen things where I'm like, oh, they're really hammering this down my fucking throat, like repeatedly. And oh, by the way, did you notice that this woman is this, or this guy is this? Oh, by the way, don't forget Spock is always logical. Like, yeah, I fucking get it.
Right.
It's been logical forever. Don't
Right.
tell me again. Well, Vulcans and their logic. Fuck you, Bones.
You green-blooded bastard.
It's just like I get it, but I don't think that this show did that. I think that people took that feeling because they were looking for a thing to be offended by. They were looking for a reason why this wasn't as good as the thing they had when they were a kid.
I agree.
Yeah, and a lot of
if you-
people had their minds made up before they even sat down and watched it, just because, they saw the reviews right off the bat, so their mind was made up, and then they saw the first episode and like, bam, I hate this thing. He-Man's dead. I wanted to see He-Man. I understand you wanted to see He-Man, but some of us wanted to see what happens.
I want to tell you there's probably going to be a triumphant return.
Yes.
Probably set up.
Probably.
And do you really think we're not going to see He-Man in season 2? Like, do you really think Adam's just going to die and like that's
Well, even
that?
Kevin Smith said to the critics where he's like, you're judging something that's only part of the entire story. There's still more story to come out.
You saw the better part of the first act and maybe glimpsed the second act.
Yeah.
That's why I think the second time watching through the series here really pointed out the writing that went into this.
Yeah.
You take He-Man out of it. I mean, who's left to fight for the side of good?
Right.
You have Tila and Man-at-Arms and all the people that were there, apart from, setting fire to Moss Man. But
Yeah.
it's,
I think that
sorry.
Burn, bitch, burn.
there's yet another lesson to be learned about truth in marketing, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just say that this is the first part. Like, put it all over everything. Part one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
The beginning.
like I said, I knew there was going to be another part to it, but it wasn't stamped that this
Right.
was it's a love letter to He-Man fans and He-Man fans and He-Man fans, and here's a show that has He-Man in the beginning and in the end.
But like we all
And he dies in both parts.
Twice.
we all have a friend who was like, I wanted a modern version of my old show.
Right.
Mhm.
And while I understand the reason why he wanted that, he just wanted some soul candy to fill up on for a little bit.
Mhm.
There's also just as many people that would have been like, don't just regurgitate the old show to me with a pretty face. Write me a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. You're because the critics are so fucking loud now because they're all of us, because we have a podcast, we have a Twitter account, we have this, we have that. So we get to hear all of that information.
Mhm.
right.
And I'll bring back to what you guys were saying in the beginning, Don, where we remake so many things that don't need to be remade.
Mhm.
So going into a lot of reboots of shows and movies, you already have that preconceived notion as, did they really not think of anything new? We have to repeat this. So you can go into it with a preconceived notion that, this didn't need to get done. like I said, the second time reading or watching the series, it really stamps that there was some love put in the storyline of this.
Right.
There really was.
Yep. There's always the person that at the beginning of Spider-Man goes, well, why didn't I get to see Uncle Ben die? And then there's exactly the same amount of people that go, I've seen Uncle Ben die. Can we fucking move on?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
You know, so
It's true.
I think like you were saying, you're gonna get, no matter how you flip the coin, you're gonna get a certain lashback.
Right.
But I've almost like the individual that we're talking about, you know, like I completely understand why he wanted that, because he's a busy adult male who just doesn't have time to invest in a whole new thing, which I get. But the majority of people who do have time would have been pissed off if they just did a shot for shot remake of
With new graphics.
yeah, with new graphics. Like, you don't need to hire people like Kevin Smith and other people to do that. You hire a small animation studio and say, go to town, fuckers.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Basically, do this with the characters.
yeah, man, go fuck yourself.
You see, I still think though, and I don't know if I'm skipping ahead or not, but there's a season 2. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we don't know yet.
Exactly.
I don't think it's gonna be bad. I think we're gonna get the He-Man that we all wanted, just because, you know, I concoct these stories in my head. So I'm patient and I'm along for the ride. Like, I don't need it right now if you're gonna have like a cool ass journey in the middle. So
Are you guys familiar with the musical concept of a relief?
a long time ago, and I can't remember anymore.
So essentially, you know, you listen to a song and it's in one key, and it follows a rhythmic pattern that you become accustomed to, and then there's a minor key or something that they throw in that causes a little bit of unrest.
Yes,
right.
It makes you just a little bit uncomfortable with it, and then there's a point where it goes on long enough, and then the key change goes back, everything is righted, and then it fades out the end of the music, right? That's that relief. And I think that's what we're going to get in the second half.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We're uncomfortable, and then somebody's going to go, and there it is. And you're going to go, oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And if you were patient, you're going to get what you wanted in the beginning.
Or not.
Or not. Or not. Maybe we are.
And they kill everybody on the fucking show.
Yeah. And then you'll take me on to do like, you know, me and Dragon Buddy will come on when season 2 comes out, and we'll come back, and I'll be like, fuck this shit. I thought something good was going to happen.
This. This was stupid. Why was He-Man in the whole thing?
I feel like an asshole for telling everybody to be patient.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Episode 3, The Most Dangerous Man in Eternia, written by Mark Bernardin and directed by the same people who did the last 2. Traveling to recruit new allies on her quest, Tila goes to a village with Andra and Evil Lynn, which is being attacked by Triclops' technologically enhanced forces. You can move it now so we can keep it going more. They're fended off by an exiled Man-at-Arms and Beastman. Man-at-Arms has been collecting magic water in order to preserve the life of Orko, who has been dying since Eternia's magic was lost. On the way to the portal connecting to Subternia, the heroes are attacked by Merman and his aquatic forces, who is angered at being forgotten by Evil Lynn and after Skeletor's death.
Right. The heroes fight them off and try and take Merman as a hostage on their way to the gate of Subternia, which is activated by the remaining head of the Havoc staff. Reconciling with Man-at-Arms, Tila and her allies journey towards the land of the dead.
I don't think that's the last we've seen of Merman.
No, I don't think so.
No.
He left pretty pissed.
He did.
He was not happy.
Is there anything stand out about this episode for you guys?
Man
Other
at
than-
Arms came to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and he is
True.
all out of bubblegum.
Hell yeah.
He did too. He kind of showed up, wrecked shop, and then fucked off.
Right. And then repeat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty cool. I dug a lot of the puns and the silliness that was associated with this episode.
Mhm. Yes, it was definitely punny.
We got a lot more Orko, and I think right around this time, I was like, "Oh, I like this Orko way better."
Yes, I thought
yeah.
the exact same thing.
I did too.
Yeah, because the original Orko is horrible, and this
He's
this
just
just
like
really,
Scrappy Doo for He-Man.
yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of
that's a good one.
this episode kind of redeems him.
Yeah.
Tila kind of makes peace with what happened in her world, and she's kind of like, all right, well, we're back together. We got a mission. We're gonna do the thing.
Mhm.
I enjoyed this episode. This is when things start to pick up.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there was a hint of the old He-Man where they would close with, that lifting message where Orko's talking about, all the adventures that he forgotten. And she's like, well, how do you forget? And he's like, keep a journal, write down everything, write down the silly stuff, because sometimes at some point there'll be so many that you won't be able to remember them all.
Yeah.
And it's that seize the moment, and all we have left in the end is memories.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like one of those, uplifting message at the end.
Yep,
I felt it really spoke to our age, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Episode 4, Land of the Dead. This is where shit gets serious.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Tim Sheridan, and again directed by the other guys. Upon entering Subternia, Evelyn and Orko are separated from the remainder of the group with an illusion, while Tila is isolated by Scareglow, who has taken over the Land of the Dead. This episode was really cool.
That was really cool. I loved it. Mm-hmm.
Scareglow demands the remainder of Tila's fear to feast upon in exchange for his portion of the Sword of Power. Meanwhile, Evelyn and Orko discover that the font of mystical energy, the life force of Orko species, has been dried up, making Orko the last Trollan left. Deceased spirits of the Trollans arrive and merge to form a monster to combat Evelyn and Orko, while Tila faces off against her nightmare version of He-Man and herself.
Mm-hmm.
Tila conquers her fears of her own power and destroys all the illusions, and the team is reunited. Evelyn uses half of the Sword of Power to open the gate to Eternia, but is chased after by Scareglow. Orko remains behind and sacrifices himself to hold Scareglow off while the rest of the heroes escape. Upon arrival in Eternia, Tila is greeted by a surprised Prince Adam. Once again, like the redemption of Orko.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh shit, this guy is like he's part of the
legit.
group.
Yeah,
he's
He
not.
didn't screw up either. Like he
No.
did this one perfect.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's dead.
He's not dead. I knew you were going to say that. He's not dead.
Scareglow was a really good character. I don't remember him being a very interesting character in the series when we were kids. It was a cool toy.
Yeah.
But I think Kevin did, gave him some really good shit to do in this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Kevin didn't do this one, did he? I'm sure he had, his hand in it, but Tim Sheridan wrote this.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, though. Kevin and his guys might have storyboarded it and said, go write it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
This one is one of the ones that gave us real consequences. Made us feel like, oh shit, we could lose people on this journey. Which is what makes a story good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't believe anybody's going to get hurt, like in the original 130 whatever episodes of this fucking show,
Mm-hmm.
like nobody got hurt, good or bad.
Right.
I
They
still
just-
don't think Orko's dead.
4 episodes in on this one. Orko's dead. He-Man's
not
dead.
dead.
Adam's dead. Skeletor's dead. A lot of Aquaman.
The sorceress is a raisin.
Yeah.
She's a little dry.
Somebody sucked all the juice out of her grape.
And Evil Lynn is starting to like a bunch of kids.
Yeah. Yeah, like Evil Lynn, you're starting to root for Evil Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I like
know
the
I
Evil
was.
Lynn.
And Lena
love
Headey playing her was perfect.
I loved it.
Yeah.
She was great
Yeah.
in that
Yep.
role.
I have no idea who that person is that you just said. I know she was on
Game of
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones,
Yeah.
which I didn't watch.
Oh.
I just have no space in my world for that. But
I've loved Game of Thrones, Don.
yeah, and by the time I got around to wanting to watch it, they ended it poorly, and I'm like, no, fuck you, I'm out.
It wasn't that bad. Everybody thinks it was so bad.
Ken,
I don't think it was
7
that
seasons
bad.
of Winter's coming. 1 season of Winter showing up.
If
Okay,
it wasn't
it
great,
was a
there's
little
no
bad.
reason to watch it all.
But there were some good parts in the last season.
You're talking about enjoying the ride. I'm talking about binging the series.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
No.
Like if you were to binge Walking Dead for the 112 seasons it's been on,
yes.
you'll probably get off that ride about where I did.
Yeah.
I'm still on the ride.
Are you?
Me too.
I'm about to binge season 10, but
But
Marvel
you're-
was more important.
You're still chasing the carrot. If
I
there's
am.
no carrot to chase, after a while you go, oh, this is getting redundant. And I've got to do the dishes.
You got me. I was running after the carrot, you son of a bitch.
You son of I've been chasing this carrot, and you didn't even have a reason for me to chase a carrot.
And I got it, and it was poo.
Look,
Oh.
I've invested too many years into The Walking Dead to drop it now. I mean, they're
It's
about
over
to
there.
start their last season, so I can't
What
stop
are you
now.
doing? Bring what down?
Am I too loud again?
No,
It's my Italian voice, isn't it?
no, you're fine.
not at all. It's your Tila voice. It's a bit much.
Pour down the wine.
All right, episode 5.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
The Forge of the Forest Forever. Written by Eric Caruso and directed by the same guys who've directed every other episode that we've watched. Having died during the final battle with Skeletor, Prince Adam ended up in the Hall of Heroes in Eternia, where the heroes mourn Okra. I want to call him Okra.
Ogre.
Orko's death. I keep calling him Okra when me and him have been talking. So
I told him I wasn't going to mess with him about it. I'm just going to let it go.
yeah, so I keep trying not to say okra. Yeah, there's that. You can continue.
Yogurt. I hate yogurt. Retrieving the second half of the Sword of Power, which was in the possession of Hero, Tila, and once again, the fucking naming of people. Hero, really?
Hero.
Tila and Adam seek out King Grayskull and use Robotos, energy at the Forge to restore the Sword of Power. That was a character I don't remember from the original series.
I remember the toy more than I remember this because I remember having the toy.
Yeah.
But I
remember
really
the
liked him in this.
toy. Yeah.
I really liked it, that character in this.
Oh,
it was really kind of sad
Yeah.
to see him go.
Yeah. I was sad about that. And I do think he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. He's totally dead.
Unless Man-at-Arms rebuilds him.
Which is possibly.
It's just possible.
Adam consults with Mossman after being given the chance to return to Eternia with Tila. Conflicted whether or not to leave the paradise of Preternia with the Sword of Power restored at the cost of Roboto's life, Tila and her comrades return home with Adam to the Hall of Wisdom.
As magic is being restored to Eternia, Adam is suddenly impaled from behind by a restored Skeletor who had been biding his time and hiding within Evil Lynn's staff until the right moment. Claiming the sword of power as his own, Skeletor summons the power of Grayskull to ascend as the god and true master of the universe. Shoosh!
Yeah, that was crazy.
Dude,
Yes.
once again, jaw dropped when that happened.
Yes.
I was like,
no
fucking way.
And the whole time I'm watching Evelyn walk away, I'm like, all she's got to do is touch him with that fucking staff, and heal him up. Like, just don't be a dick,
Right.
and touch him with the staff. But no, they're gonna let him half bleed out on the floor.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for what's next, man. I really, truly cannot wait for what's next.
You guys killed He-Man once, and then you did it again.
Yeah. Like, way to spike the ball, dick.
Yeah.
And like they aggressively did it. Like they went through.
Yeah. There was a crunch noise and everything.
It was aggressive.
Yeah.
They took that ball and they threw it up on that roof.
Yeah. Now you got to go fetch the ball, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us our ball back.
And it was like I said, I did not know that we were having a season 2 or part 2. So I was like, oh fuck, that's what's happening. Like I didn't even realize episode 5 was the end. I went to click on the next thing, and I'm like, is it broken? Do I not know how to work for Netflix?
What's going on?
That's not the end of the show.
There were 2 things that I didn't like in this episode, but one of the things was like, when He-Man is up in heaven and he's the only one that chose Prince Adam's body instead of his He-Man body, and he's up there in Preternia with all of the other dead guys, dead whatever they are, demigods, I don't know, heroes. They always picked on him, and he was like, this is so funny. And it's like, dude, that's not really funny. And I don't know why they did that. I have no idea. Somebody can explain.
Because he was the little guy.
Because
he was the little guy.
But they also say when they pick
it
on him.
happen.
Yeah, but what they said in when they were talking about, we make fun of him because he chose his lesser self instead of his hero self. They also say he's the only one that chose.
He's the only one who ever chose his lesser self.
Because that's who he felt. So there was a lot of esteem for him and respect for him for choosing. That there, and I think they kind of conveyed that a little.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, maybe I don't know. I picked up on it both times I watched it, so. But
Plus, they're a bunch of jacked
like,
guys hanging out. We're gonna bust.
They're like the asshole
we are
jocks.
chasing panthers and tackling
Eternia
panthers.
was a locker room.
We are gonna bust each other's balls all day long because it's fun.
Yeah,
it was a gentle jab at toxic masculinity.
Right.
Yeah.
Once again, triggering a whole segment of the population who is just like, fuck you for calling me a cis white male on Tuesday. I don't understand being threatened by it. Like, it's just like some people are just like so fucking hypersensitive about the weirdest shit.
Yeah. The other thing that I didn't like, but it had to happen this way, was like Evelyn. Like, basically, Evelyn has been in an abusive relationship with freaking Skeletor for the past, 30 years now? 40 years now?
Mm-hmm.
And then Skeletor's back, and he's like, come on, bitch. And she's like, oh, well, bye.
Have you ever known anybody to be in an abusive relationship? That's kind of how it works.
Do, and yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Like I've seen people like get some space from their abuser.
Yeah.
And that goes on both sides of the aisle.
Back to him. Yeah.
And then, they got some time and some space. I'll never go back to that son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah. And then she comes back or he comes back and says, hey, how you doing? And they're like, you know what? I would like to be fucked with
does
someone.
love me. Yeah. Like I knew it had to happen. I know why it had to happen. Plus her name is Evelyn, she's not like, now suddenly Goodlyn,
Yeah, she didn't change her name to like Sharon.
Yeah, exactly. But that was like, oh, you stupid idiot,
Mhm.
But what are you gonna do?
Once, the thing about it that's nice is it made you feel somewhat betrayed by the character.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
and
you
it
get
had to
spend
happen that way.
Part 2 going, fuck that bitch.
Mhm.
Yeah, she is a bad guy.
He-Man punch her in the mouth.
Right. What?
Then we just pissed off a whole nother group of people.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't freak out when he punched Tila in the stomach, and that was just
Right,
fake He-Man.
right. Yeah. Yep.
He did what?
He did. That was not real He-Man.
Or just
You can't be the
He-Man
hero and
comes out
punch her.
He-Man comes out like Chris Rock. Never hit a woman. Shake the shit out of a bitch.
True.
Oh man.
Good luck
Yeah.
shaking the shit out of a bitch, too.
Yeah,
To be honest with you.
Right.
that's not gonna happen.
Not a real bitch.
Some bitches shake back, so
My wife would disembowel me
Yes, on multiple levels.
in front of my friends. Like, she wouldn't even be nice about it. She'd be like, oh no, you don't need these testicles anymore.
Or do you? Open your mouth.
Somebody's gonna have lunch, and it ain't me, fucker. Yeah, make your own sandwich.
You win. I lose.
Well, do you guys got anything else you want to say about this before we wrap it up, other than we seem to have collectively liked it?
Yeah,
I loved
for
it.
too.
Can't wait for season 2.
Yes.
And being a fan of like Empire Strikes Back and Rogue One, the darker side of movies and Star Wars, having Skeletor take over as God and Master of the Universe sounds like it's going to be badass.
Yeah.
Oh, and Henry Rollins did an awesome Triclops.
Yes, agreed.
Wanted to say
Agreed.
that too. I forgot to bring that up before. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's
I'm answering Jess. He says, will Mattel keep pushing money into this after it dropped from Netflix's top 10? And has the internet noise made for rough waters in media? And I says, yeah, they'll keep dumping money into it. Have you seen Iron Fist?
True.
Like, this is Netflix.
There's
like,
some guy out there going, this is He-Man, and there wasn't He-Man. It was just a women's show. And of course,
Right.
I bought Cringer and Battle Cat and He-Man and Skeletor for my collection.
Yeah.
Because, I had
just
to.
wait till She-Ra shows up.
Yeah, right.
There's a whole
Dave did have a
segment of
good
guys
point
will be
the
like,
other
what the
way.
fuck?
No, Dave had a great point the other night. What about She-Ra? Hashtag what about She-Ra? And I think that She-Ra will show up in season 2. It's just my own thought. But she didn't even go to her brother's funeral. Like, what's up with that? So,
Right.
yeah.
Agreed.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
She was busy fighting somebody somewhere.
The
I
Horde.
guess.
Yeah. So,
That's all I got, man.
good enough?
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Good
thanks
show.
for coming on, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you guys
Thanks for
coming on.
having us. Thank
We
you
will
so
definitely
much
do
for
it
having
again.
us.
Probably after part 2.
Cool.
I would
Oh,
love
for
that.
sure. For sure.
I would love
Yep.
that.
Maybe before that. Who knows when part 2 comes out?
Yeah. Yep.
We love having you guys back on.
And eventually
Thank you.
Brady will go away and we'll have that part
Who
2
was
of our
Doctor Who part
Doctor
2.
Who
With new best friend.
with new best friend. And we'll have to have Backyard TARDIS on for that because
Oh yeah.
that is in his wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, his name is TARDIS.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. We're going to say bye to you, friends.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
friends.
See you guys.
Well,
There's that.
times are good. Goods are times.
Time good. Good time.
Everybody make sure that you like this video. Give us a 5-star review or some kind of review, or don't review us at all. Just throw rocks.
Throw rocks.
It really helps people find us. And if you do, Brady will read it live on the show.
Hell yeah, I will, but you haven't, so I can't.
And make sure when you do that you communicate to us some way that it exists. Because sometimes
We check, but maybe we check on the wrong day.
right. And algorithms aren't real good about telling people that you did a thing. So,
It's true.
and if you haven't, hit that like button on this video, man.
Hell yeah.
'Cause
Please.
likes are important.
Likes are very important. And share us. Share us on any kind of social media you want, man. Share a link
Mhm.
to our YouTube video, to whatever it is that you browse and listen to.
Yep.
Share us.
And tag us in it so that we can make sure we give you some
Cred and
escape crate cred.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Please make sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
Follow us on your social media and interact with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Brady, tell these guys where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at lowercase o 0 capital BIG underscore capital LOVIN 0 lowercase o. And once again, that's on Instagram and Twitter. Don, tell them where they can find you, bud.
You can find me at Jetfire1979 on Twitter, and I'm DellaSnooch on Instagram.
Hell yeah. You can find us and other great podcasts on the Red 5 Network at red5network.com.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time.
May the force be with you.
And go blue.
Clankety clank, bitch.
Clankety clank.
No pee break in middle. I go now.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.